Hello everybody, it's CenturyLink Scouting Report time again on SoundersFC.com. I'm Arlo White. What a huge game at the weekend for both the Seattle Sounders FC and FC Dallas at Pizza Hut Park. Both teams have played 25 games in the Western Conference. FC Dallas is second on 42 points. Seattle Sounders third on 41 points. A critical game for both sides. They're trying to keep track of the Los Angeles Galaxy, who've signed Robbie Keane as a designated player this week, but they also want to entrench themselves in those top three automatic playoff spots in the Western Conference. It's going to be hot, around 106 degrees, according to a weather forecast that I saw yesterday. So it's going to be steamy down in Texas. But FC Dallas are without a key defender, and he is a man you may be familiar with. Centre-back George John is from Shoreline. He's a former Washington Husky defender, and this week reports suggest he's the subject of a bid from an EPL team called Blackburn Rovers. But he is suspended for this match. Now, he and Ugo Ehemelu have been there and started 21 games together this season for FC Dallas, during which FC Dallas have kept 12 clean sheets. So he's a big miss for the home side this weekend. Let's check out why he's suspended. It was last week against the Philadelphia Union. Ball comes across and it falls to the feet of Danny Mwanga, and just there, look, John thinks he can go around the side to get the ball. Mwanga puts his leg in the way and John clears him out. You're always going to be in trouble with a tackle from behind. I've got some sympathy for George John here. He looks frustrated with the decision. Look at this as the ball comes across. He tries to get round the side. He thinks the ball's there. Good work, though, by Danny Mwanga to screen that ball, and in the end it turned into a challenge from behind by George John. Just a little bit clumsy and perhaps deserved the red card. There it is then, second yellow card for George John. He's off and he is suspended for the game on Saturday, so he's a big miss. What I think will be fascinating, what will head coach Schellas Hyman do? How will he replace George John at centre-back? Now, he's got a rookie in Bobby Warshaw, the former Stanford captain. He's only started one MLS game at centre-back. His other two starts were in central midfield. Maybe someone like a Zach Lloyd, who's normally a fullback, will come into the centre. He has another alternative. BREK started a couple of games at centre-back at the start of the season. But if he chose to go down that path, Schellas Hyman would lose an awful lot of offence. BREK continues to develop into a top-class player. He's a left-sided midfielder, not a winger in the classic sense. In fact, he does most of his damage down the centre of the field. 10 goals and 1 assist already this season. He's on terrific form. Let's take a look at last week's game against the Philadelphia Union. We'll start it here with BREK highlighted. He is on the left-hand side in this instance, and he just starts the attack here as we play things on. Gets the give and go that time. SHEA away down the left-hand side, feeds it into Santos. Now the play goes away from BREK, but as you can see, highlighted, he doesn't stop running. Chavez, his shot comes off the post, and who's that? 2 yards out. BREK to make it 2-1. Eventually it ended 2-2. You remember this game, May the 25th, they came in with a long shutout streak. We'll highlight BREK again here on the halfway line, going back as the Sounders are on the attack. Fernandez plays it forward. It's over the head of Eric Freeberg, but then Ehemelu gets it in, and we'll pause it just here. Look at SHEA. He's evaded the attentions of Ozzy Alonso. We'll check out the two centre-backs here, Park and Hurtado, and there is a gap between them, and BREK has spotted it. We'll play it on. Andrew Jacobson slides it through. SHEA, I want it down here. He points to where he wants it. Super ball. Keller comes out. 18th minute, can't get there. That was the only goal of the game. I was disappointed with FC Dallas's attitude after that. They played bunker ball for the final 72 minutes, but they left Seattle with all 3 points. He's a skillful player as well. Look at this. This was a 4-1 defeat to Sporting Kansas City. It gets the ball again from Ehemelu, and look at this. The pace that he injects here. BREK takes on 4 Sporting Kansas City defenders, beats the ball. Terrible challenges, frankly, but what a really nice, calm finish as well. So there is a possibility that Schellas Hyman would play BREK at centre-back. I just think he'd lose too much going forward. FC Dallas have a new striker on their books. He came over in a trade with Toronto at the start of this season, and the Brazilian has enjoyed a fine start to life in Dallas. MAICON SANTOS came over in a trade with Toronto at the start of this month, and he made an immediate impact for FC Dallas. This was a big game at the Home Depot Center. First versus second, LA against Dallas, 0-0, early stages. Lovely long ball through by Lloyd. Look at this one touch by MAICON SANTOS. The finish even better from Marvin Chavez. So an assist in his first game. They eventually lost that 3-1. Let's go back to last week. Zach Lloyd, be aware of his long throw-ins. In more attacking positions, Carlos Valdez makes a right hash of this, but good opportunistic play by MAICON SANTOS to score his first goal for FC Dallas, having scored quite a few earlier in the season for Toronto FC. What will be interesting on Saturday, Fabian Castillo, a young designated player, is back. He played for Colombia in the Under-20s FIFA World Cup down in Colombia. They were eliminated last weekend, and he came on as a substitute during the week on Wednesday night as FC Dallas created history in Mexico. FC Dallas have beaten the Seattle Sounders to it just 6 days before the men in Rave Green head down to Monterrey in CONCACAF Champions League action. FC Dallas became the first MLS team, heck, the first US team at the 50th attempt to win on Mexican soil. It was against Puma's UNAM. Let's take a look at the winning goal here. It's a long drive that comes in. It hits the post in the second half. Marvin Chavez is there to tidy things up. So congratulations to FC Dallas. It's important that MLS teams go down to Mexico and start winning games, albeit Pumas didn't play any of their starters from their Mexican League game at the weekend. You can only beat what is put in front of you. Congratulations to FC Dallas. Both Dallas and the Sounders will go into the game at Pizza Hut Park on Saturday night, buoyed by midweek games in the CONCACAF Champions League. So the kickoff is 6 p.m. Pacific time, live from Pizza Hut Park. I'll be down there on the call on Kong TV. It's a big game with playoff implications. This is what it's all about, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the CenturyLink Scouting Report. I'm Arlo White, and you're watching SoundersFC.com.